then we come safely under the purview of His supreme plan. And that is why Arjuna became victorious. Because when Krishna told him, now, do not fight for yourself, Arjuna. Fight because I've asked you to fight. And when Arjuna embraced that instruction, Ye me matam idam nityam anutishtanti manavaha shraddhavanto anashuyanto muchanti tepi karmabhi. 3rd chapter, 31st verse, Bhagavad Gita. Very important verse. Ye me, those who matam, follow, matam means injunctions. Ye me matam midam, those who follow my instructions. Right? How do they follow? Shraddhavanto, with faith. Anasuyanto, without envy. The problem when we don't want to follow Krishna's plans and instructions is because subtly we are envious of Krishna. We think, I know better. We think, well, I am the creator of my destiny. But we could not even control our birth. If we could control our birth, I think many of us may have chosen not to be born. We could not. And none of us ever was born with a smiling face. Please tell me the doctor who has looked at a baby coming out and smiling. Most doctors will tell you, no baby has come out smiling in this world. And none of us came out with our previous degrees and our previous working resumes and curriculum vitae and whatever. We came with nothing. Nothing. So if we are really nothing before Krishna, it is a tall order to think that we know that our plan is better than Krishna's. Is it not so? And this material world is so bewildering that everything is upside down. When a child is born, the child cries. When the child cries, we all laugh. Because yes, child is alive, but we forget he's crying. When a child doesn't cry when he's born, traditionally what happens? Doctor turns him around and gives him a good slap on the back. And when he starts crying, we all start laughing. We don't realize that that's how the trend of our life is going to be from the day we are born. We will always be miserable in this world because ye me matam idam nityam. We need to follow the instructions of Krishna. So those who follow the instructions of the Lord with faith, without envy, what happens to them? They actually become free from the cycle of birth and death. Muchanti tepi karmabhi. There is no more fruitive activities for one who follows the plan of the Lord. That is why, as devotees, we should accept what Krishna gives us more than we expect what Krishna could give us. It's a very important point to take back. In acceptance, our devotional service grows. In expectations, our devotional service becomes frustrated. If I join the temple and I have a whole load of expectations and I meet Prabhu tomorrow and I say I'm joining the temple, well, this is my list of expectations. Do you think I'm going to last long in the ashram? I will not. But if I come to the temple and I say, Krishna, whatever that you give me, I take it as your mercy because I'm an instrument. Then whatever happens in the temple, Krishna will give us the strength to endure. He will give us the wisdom to actually absorb. So a devotee, his mood is, he wants the plan of Krishna. So instead of expecting, he accepts. Two words that sound very much alike, but the consciousness is very different. So we end by remembering one very important point. That for one, as Prabhupada writes beautifully in his purport, and this line is very nice to read. The battle of Kurukshetra was fought according to the plan of God. Every single happening in the battle of Kurukshetra was under Krishna. Do you remember that there was another personality known as Ghatotkacha? Ghatotkacha was the son of Bhima, right? With the Rakshasi known as Hidimbi. And he became very powerful. He was the son of Bhima. And he had supernatural powers. Now, Ghatotkacha was engaged on the 9th or 10th day of battle. And he was actually killing and decimating so many of the Kauravas in the army. And all the Kauravas started thinking that if this Gatokach continues, our army is gone. We will not be able to fight the war. So they turn to Karna. And they say, Karna, only you possess a weapon known as Shakti. And that weapon is so powerful, it is the only weapon that will vanquish this Gatokach. Use it now, my friend. Karna said, do you know what this weapon was for? This weapon I reserved for only one person. You know? And it has the name of that person on it, so to speak. It's Arjuna. I will only unleash this weapon on Arjuna and no one else. As sunset was approaching, Gatokach's powers became greater and more destruction ensued. All the other commanders came to Karna and put a lot of pressure on him and told him, now you have to use it. Why to wait for Arjuna to be killed? Before we reach Arjuna, we will all be finished. So use it now, man, use it. So now Karna was under pressure. He was trying to hold out, but finally he gave in. And just before the day ended, he released the Shakti weapon on Gatokach. And when Gatokach was hit by the Shakti weapon, he became very huge. And then he fell one last time on a portion of the Kaurava army. And he left his body. In the night, there was so much grief in the camp of the Pandavas. Bhima was inconsolable. So was Arjuna. And all the Pandavas remembered this most beautiful and sweet person. And at that point of time, only one person in that assembly was actually smiling. And it was Krishna. And Krishna was smiling very broadly. So Arjuna was very upset, And he went up to Krishna. Jai Shri Shri Gaurnitai ki Jai. So he goes up to Krishna and he says, Krishna, why are you behaving this way? My Lord, when everyone is inconsolable and a great warrior has left, how can you even smile? And Krishna smiled and said, today my plan has been fulfilled. Now Arjuna said, what is your plan? And he said, Gatokach was born for only one purpose, so that he will receive the Shakti weapon. And when he receives the Shakti weapon, Karna will not have the weapon, the only weapon that could have vanquished you. And now that the weapon is not there, the battle is yours to win. So this proves to us that at every single step of our lives, if we are devotees, every junction, Krishna's plan will always work, provided we accept it. Jai Granthara Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Jai. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Gaura Premanande. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you to Devakinandana for a very nice lecture. If anyone would like to listen more from Devakinandana, then there will be questions and answers in the office in the other building. It will be starting at 6 o'clock and going on till as long as there's questions. So kindly everyone take the chairs and pillows aside and get up and get ready to dance in ecstasy. Hare Krishna.